Cameron Archer's goal for Southampton was disallowed after a VAR review. The match against Brighton saw the Saints' forward strike ruled out due to an offside decision involving his teammate, Adam Armstrong. Like, subscribe, and join the discussion in the comments. Southampton's manager, Russell Martin, strongly disagreed with the decision. Archer thought he had given Southampton a crucial lead in their Premier League match at the Amex Stadium after a brilliant cross from Ryan Fraser. However, the joy was short-lived as the goal was disallowed after a lengthy VAR check that lasted over 4 minutes. The initial flag for offside was raised against Armstrong, but the VAR review showed Archer to be onside, causing confusion and frustration. The technology made the call very tight, yet the focus then shifted to Armstrong's involvement in the play, ultimately leading to the disallowed goal. Russell Martin was furious after the decision, saying VAR has become a big problem in the Premier League. He argued that the technology should either correct the decisions or not be used at all. His frustration stemmed from the long wait before a decision was made. Martin's concern was not only about the length of the VAR check, but also about the effect on the game. He questioned how a decision made in the heat of the moment could be overturned after such a long wait, especially when it was uncertain if Armstrong's action impacted the goalkeeper. The match had seen Southampton fight back after trailing 1-0 due to Kaoru Maitoma's first-half goal. Flynn Downs had leveled the score for Southampton in the 59th minute, putting them in a position to claim their first away win of the season before the controversial disallowed goal. The incident occurred in the 67th minute when Fraser sent a perfect ball into the box. Archer latched onto it at the far post, seemingly putting Southampton ahead. However, a VAR check overruled the goal, and the controversy intensified when Armstrong was deemed to be interfering with play. Armstrong had made an attempt to connect with the cross, but failed to touch the ball. Despite not making contact, his leg movement was enough for the referee to conclude that it had interfered with Brighton's goalkeeper, Bart Verbruggen, and influenced the outcome of the play. According to the laws of football, a player in an offside position can be penalized for interfering with play even if they don't touch the ball. Armstrong's attempt was judged to have impacted Verbruggen's ability to play the ball, which led to the decision to disallow the goal. Martin made his case clear, stating that if the on-field decision had been made in real time, he could have accepted it. However, the prolonged VAR review and the final decision left him feeling that the integrity of the game had been undermined by the technology's interference. Southampton had been looking for their first away win of the season, but the disallowed goal prevented them from claiming the victory. They ended the match 1-1, which meant they stayed at the bottom of the Premier League table with just 1 win in 13 matches. Brighton's manager, Fabian Hürzeler, also expressed frustration during the match. The game had been tense, with both managers engaging in verbal exchanges and protests. Hürzeler accused Martin of disrespecting him and his team, and both managers were booked during the match. The touchline drama was compounded when Hürzeler waved an imaginary yellow card in the first half, earning a yellow card for himself. This incident marked his third caution of the season, leading to a touchline ban for Brighton's next match against Fulham. Martin, also booked for his protests, responded angrily to Hürzeler's accusations. The Southampton manager criticized Hürzeler for trying to get as many of his players booked as possible. He emphasized that respect should be mutual and not one-sided in the world of football. The intensity of the match increased with the added time. After the VAR delay and the subsequent protests, 13 minutes of stoppage time were added, keeping the tensions high. Both teams continued to fight for the win, but the game ultimately ended in a draw, leaving Southampton still searching for their second win. The decision to disallow Archer's goal sparked debate on social media and in the media. Fans and pundits questioned whether VAR had been used correctly, with many arguing that Armstrong's interference was minimal and shouldn't have led to the goal being ruled out. Some supporters felt that the goal should have stood, believing that Armstrong's movement didn't genuinely affect the goalkeeper's ability to make a save. There were calls for more clarity and consistency in how VAR is used to ensure it doesn't undermine the excitement of the game. The controversy brought attention to the need for clear guidelines and protocols for VAR. Critics argued that while technology can help make more accurate decisions, it should not be so intrusive that it disrupts the flow and excitement of the match, especially when decisions remain unclear. Southampton's relegation battle adds further weight to the importance of every point. With the disallowed goal, their hopes of climbing out of the relegation zone took a hit. A win would have been crucial, but instead, they left Amex Stadium with just a point to show for their efforts. Archer's disallowed goal came at a time when Southampton had shown signs of improving. Their equalizer from downs demonstrated resilience, but the VAR decision robbed them of the momentum. The match ended with them still searching for their second win of the season. The Premier League's use of VAR has been a topic of controversy for some time. Decisions like the one in this match only serve to fuel the debate over whether the technology is being applied in the right way, or if it's doing more harm than good to the integrity of the game. As the match ended in a draw, Brighton's rise to second place was marred by the ongoing debate over VAR's influence. The Seagulls, who had been holding on to their lead after Mitoma's opener, were left grateful for the point, despite the late drama and controversial decisions. Martin's comments after the match revealed his frustration not only with the disallowed goal, but with the general inconsistency of VAR in the Premier League. He believed that the technology should either improve or be scrapped if it continues to cause such problems for teams and managers. The VAR decision also highlighted the importance of clarity when it comes to the offside rule. While Armstrong's position was clearly offside, his actual interference with play remained a gray area, making the decision all the more controversial for players, managers, and fans alike. In the aftermath, questions arose about whether VAR should be used more selectively. Could there be situations where VAR intervention is kept to a minimum, ensuring that only clear and obvious errors are overturned rather than decisions that spark uncertainty and debate? Russell Martin's criticism of VAR echoed the growing sentiment among certain managers and players who feel that technology is undermining the human aspect of the game. While VAR has its benefits, its current implementation may require significant adjustments to meet the needs of the sport. As the Premier League season progresses, VAR's role in high-stakes matches like this one will continue to be scrutinized. The technology's ability to make definitive calls is still evolving, and many wonder whether it's helping or hindering the flow of football as a spectacle. The disallowed goal was a pivotal moment in Southampton's ongoing struggle for survival in the Premier League. A win would have been a significant boost for Martin's side, but instead, they left with more frustration and more questions about VAR's role in deciding their fate. While Brighton fans might feel that the correct decision was made, the controversy surrounding Armstrong's involvement in the play makes it a difficult decision to defend. For many, the incident remains a perfect example of how VAR can leave everyone with more questions than answers. The VAR review also sparked discussions about how long decisions should take. 4 minutes of waiting left players, managers, and fans restless, with many questioning whether the prolonged delays are causing more harm than good. Faster decisions could restore the pace of the game,